What's going on, everybody? So the other day I came across Dribbble and I saw this design menu bar animation for fun from Anandu. It looks so good that I can't resist make one myself. So today I'm just going to show you how I actually make these menu bar animations. So the one I made looked really similar, except different color and a little bit of animation difference here and there as well. However, the fundamental stays the same. As you can see, it looks pretty cool, right? I start by writing all the markups necessary to create this menu bar. So this menu bar just uses nav tag followed by order list, and order list item gonna be the icons. So I think it's quite straightforward. However, for the icon I can't use SVG because it's really hard to animate SVG for this kind of animation. So I decided to make all the icon using div tag and with pseudo elements. And now I'm just adding some classes for CSS, and then I'm gonna style each one of the icons. So this currently really straightforward stage. Now, so I done all the markups. Now I create a navbar CSS file to style the basic styling for the navbar. Basically, it's just a rectangle with a border radius in 4 corners, and all the specs here I try and errors, and I come up with a really nice one. 550 for the width and 180 for the height. So that's gonna give us enough space to align those icons and for the audience to see the animation clearly as well. And I just link this navbar CSS to the HTML file. Nothing much here, all the basics. So this is a navbar basics. Now we come to the icon. So the icon is quite simple. If you look at it closely, it's going to be a white circle and then purple circle and then a triangle at the bottom. So with all of that in mind, I just create a location icon CSS file. So basically I just make 2 circles, the outer circle which is white and the inner circle which is purple, and then I can use pseudo elements for the triangle at the bottom. So right here for location icon, I just define radius and the background color is white, and then I can use a before pseudo element to make a inner circle which is the background color gonna be purple, and I just align that in the center of the white circle. If I refresh, okay, nothing come up, might be something wrong. I think I forget to link to the CSS file. So now that's all good. Now I come with the plan to making a triangle with the pseudo element as well, but with the after pseudo element. So if you don't know how to make triangle, look up my other tutorial. It's quite easy. Now I just fill in CSS really quick and do transformations. Yep, I think it's coming to shape now. If I move it up a little bit, you can see it. Now for the navbar, I need to style the order list that I specify in the markup. Basically, I need to delete the list style, which is a number, and then do the basic padding. And I need to justify all the 3 icons in there at the flex start, so it's gonna align at the start of the navbar. And the list item, margin and padding, just basic stuff to make the alignment correctly. So now the icon looks pretty good. Now for the second icon, the contact icon, if you look at it closely, it consists of a white circle and then a rectangle with a border radius on the left and right or top corners. So it's quite easy. And we're also going to use pseudo elements to make this contact icon as well. So for the contact icon class, we're going to make the white circle, the head of the contact icon first, and just apply necessary CSS to make that white circle. And then we're going to use pseudo elements before to make a bottom rectangle with the top left radius and the top right corner radius going to be 75%, I guess. Yeah, I think it's quite straightforward to make these icons and nothing so hard about it. Now just link to a CSS file in the index HTML, and need to put a contact icon class in there. There we go. It looks perfectly. A trash bin can. This all consists of rectangle, and then you just align these three rectangles together. And for the stripe in the middle of the icon, I need to use a span, which is what I'm doing here. It's slightly more difficult, but it's not too much. Yep, now I just create a trash icon CSS file and do an necessary styles in there. So first, for the trash icon class, I'm gonna make a rectangle. This rectangle basically represent the can body, and then I can use pseudo element to make the trash can handles, which is exactly what I'm doing here with the trash icon before. Yeah, all these things are quite basic. It looks a little bit hard, but once you analyze the pattern and you break it down into familiar patterns like rectangles, circles, and then you just assemble them together, you can make a really great icon without even use SVG. Yeah, right now just skimming through all the CSS. I make this quick because I don't want you guys to get too attached to the CSS properties. Here I just want you guys to know which are my thoughts and my directions, because those CSS properties is quite, all the basics. It's just making shapes with CSS and then just assemble them together. And I think I spent a lot of time on this trash icon as well, because I need to choose the right specs, otherwise it looks really ugly. And my trash icon doesn't look exactly like the one that show in the Dribbble design. Yep, now I'm moving on to making the stripe in the trash body. So the first one, I just basically make a rectangle, and the one on the left and on the right, I'm gonna use pseudo elements for it as well. By using pseudo elements, it's gonna help you to avoid too many unnecessary HTML tags, which is great. So this trash icon here is basically a quite complicated icon. However, I only use 2 HTML tags in there in order to make these trash icon. And now if I refresh, I'm still missing 2 stripes there. I think because the position is not right. So I just adjust the position with top and left properties. And now you can see the second stripe coming up, and I do exactly the same for the third one. And they need to adjust the position as well, because it's supposed to be on the right of the middle stripe. And now if you see here, it looks perfect. I like it. Yep, I think the margin is a little bit off, so I need to adjust that. There we go, quite easy. Now I gonna make a highlighter. When you have an icon, you have a background turn into orange, so I can do the highlighter using pseudo element before in the nav bar. And yeah, this is basically just a circle with the orange background, really straightforward. You can after these visualize CSS, you can see it. I'm gonna show you how it looks. Yep, now it's the orange circle, quite straightforward. Now it comes to animations. So for animations, we can't actually do it with CSS, so we need a little bit of JavaScript to help us as well. So here just got init function, and I just select all the all the list item and icons using document get element by ID, and then I just add a mouse enter events for the location icons, and here I just basically dynamically remove and adding CSS class in order to animate the location icons. So basically you can see a lot of these repeats throughout this video using vanilla JavaScript, adding and removing CSS classes. So here just try to make a hover animation for location icons, and here just use animation property from CSS with keyframes. So for this spin animations, I have to calculate all the trajectory specs, and it takes me quite a lot of time, but you see in this video it's basically just a short version of it. However, the time spent on this is quite a lot. So if you look at here, animation basically, the icon basically just spin around 360 and it move a little bit to the left and then rotate 360 to the original position, and so basically it moved left and rotate 360 and back to original orientation and locations. Now I just need to add this init function on the onload of the window object. There, as you can see, it kind of works. There we go. If you see it, it looks pretty cool here. Now I do a little bit similarly for the contact icons animations. So before I do the contact icon animation, I need to remove the location animations class that I added to location icon. This is just to clean up, because I don't want these two animations happen at the same time. Especially now you have on a contact icon, the animations supposedly to be removed from location icons. I do the same for the trash icon. Now basically with these hover classes I added to the contact and trash icon, the orange circle gonna display. You can do this with the hover in CSS in CSS as well, but for this kind of animation, because the circle when you hover on it actually move, so I still need a little bit of JavaScript there. Just try to position this orange circle properly. Now if you hover it, the orange circle is at the right position. Now moving on to make the animation for the background orange circle, because every time you hover on icon, the orange circle actually move to that hover position. You can't do this with CSS property on hover alone. You have to touch the JavaScript. So now I just try to calculate the background position, and also I need to clean up all the animation that I put for the contact and trash icon as well. So these patterns gonna repeat a lot in my code. My code is not exactly clean, however it does work at the end. I do not recommend you do the way that I do here. However, I just want to show you that my code actually works, and if I have more time, I probably clean this code up further. Right now if the position is 225 pixels, we know that is from contact icon. If it's at 400 pixels, we know that this orange circle gonna be from the trash icon. So based on the position, I'm gonna adding the right CSS animation accordingly. Now it's doing some JavaScript, adding CSS. Now we come to the fun part, doing animation. I'm thinking here a little bit because I'm not sure how to move a circle, so I decided still to go with iframes and linear moving it from the right to the left to the location of the location icon. Yep. Just some CSS magic. You can see this pattern happen a lot throughout this video. So right here I just define animation properties, and then it just checks by durations. Now the keyframes, this keyframes animation takes me quite a while as well, because I have to manually adjust for the position, so because I can make it as smooth as possible. Yep. Do a little bit of housekeeping work to make it neat, tidy. Do exactly the same for the trash icon background movement as well. So as you can see, now if you can hover, it moves quite smoothly to the location icon. Now we're gonna come to do an animation for the trash. So for the trash animations, basically when the orange circle comes to the trash icon location, the trash icon actually looks like it's blow up. For that I need to animate the bottom of the can and the trash can handles trajectory. For this trajectory is a little bit more complicated, so basically I need to like fiddling on a browser and move these lid and trash icon body at each frame at the correct position, and it takes me like half an hour to make the location looks like as real as possible. As you can see here, I got a lot of keyframes, like every 10%. Now I just need to add animation for the lid handle. Yeah, it's not like easy task to calculate all of these positions. It's actually a lot of manual work, trial and errors. Yep, I think the animation nearly done for the lid now, and I need to do the keyframes. Alright, I think that's it for the animation. As you can see, it kind of pushed and it feel like it's exploded when you hover on it. It doesn't work perfectly, but I think we can tidy up with some JavaScript to remove any redundant CSS classes. As you can see now, it does work. Now moving on to the orange circle movement to the trash icon position, we're gonna do exactly the same like the way we do for the location icon. So basically you can see that the code for location, contact and trash icon here basically nearly identical. I should have tidied it up a little bit, but here I just want to quickly do it and show you guys. And yeah, for at the moment right now in the code, I just calculate where the current position of the orange circle at in order to apply animation and move it to the trash icon location when the mouse hover on the trash icon. Is similar to the way I do it for the location icon, and in fact the animation keyframes and properties are exactly the same. Yep, now I just specify all the CSS classes they add in the JavaScript. Again, the keyframes are gonna be really basic. It's just a linear transition from left to right. Yep, we're gonna do the same for the contact icon. As you can see, it moves quite smooth. Some bugs there, so I need to fix that. We can tidy that up use JavaScript as well. I think there's some redundant classes still apply to the position when the mouse leave the icon, so I just remove it in a nav class list. Yep, now you play with it, it works perfectly. You can see that it move and the trash icon explode. Now we move on to the contact icon animation. For contact icon animation is a lot more trickier. Basically, when the orange circle moves to the contact icon position, it pushes the head and the body at different speed or at different velocity, but the animation itself is still a linear animation, so it's not like as tricky, I think, as tricky as the trash icons animation. However, the velocity between the head and the body moving is make it kind of hard to like specify all the position using keyframes. Right, yeah, gonna do exactly the same as the way I do it for the trash icon, dynamically adding CSS and classes. Yep, we nearly there. And remove any redundant CSS animation, because I don't want these to happen at the same time. Back to CSS file, just need to specify the keyframes and animation properties. Yep. Now it works. Kind of works. There's some bugs. I think I forget something about removing the trash icon animation and location animations on hover on the contact icon, so I just remove it now. Now the contact icon still doesn't move. I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, let me think a little bit. I think I need to add something. Okay, I think I need to add the right movement, the keyframes for the left to right and right to left movement of the head and body. Yep, so after fixing that, I think things all works now. As you can see, it looks pretty nice, right? If you love this video and want more content like this or in-depth tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.